Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So I have just been overjoyed and overwhelmed with a positive response to my How to Crochet a Bath Poof video. So today I'm going to bring you along and show you how to make an exfoliating face cloth to go along with. So come on, let's go make one. So supplies you're going to need is a good pair of scissors to trim your yarn off. Again, a large eye needle to weave in your ends. And then you're going to need some 100% cotton yarn. And you can use some of your leftover, if you made a bath poof, to then create a face cloth. So there's a couple brands that you commonly find. This is Lily Sugar and Cream. This is Peaches and Cream. I actually kind of prefer the Peaches and Cream. I find the Sugar and Cream has more color variety, but perhaps a little less color fast. In other words, they will fade faster. So some of you ask me privately, so if you're selling these items, why are you giving away your secrets? And actually, I know there's a lot of people who do crochet, but there's also a lot of people who do not crochet who will be interested in purchasing or perhaps don't have the time. So that is why I'm sharing. So to start with, very similar to what we did with the bath poof. So you're going to make a knot, and again, I am using the same crochet hook. You can use a G, H, I, or J, depending on how tight you want the washcloth. I like the J, or number 10, which is 6 millimeters, because it provides more of an open weave. It does a better job, in my opinion, of exfoliating, and it also dries more quickly. So first thing you want to do is you want to chain 26. So let's knock this out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So you can see here how tight I made them. So a pretty consistent tight stitch, because you don't want the bottom of your washcloth, the first row, to have sags in it. So you don't want to chain loosely like we did for the ring start of the bath poof. So the next thing you want to do with the chains facing you is you don't want to do anything in this first stitch. So you want to skip the first, and then just very simply, you're going to single crochet all the way down the row. And again, I think most projects are fussiest on the first row. Once you kind of get a little body to your project, much easier. So if you see me struggling, I'm just trying to make my stitches consistent with tightness and hold on to this itty bitty little chain without stretching or distorting the stitches we've already done. So you can see some of them will look rather large. That's okay. It kind of all evens out once you get to the next row. Another difference that I find with using this yarn, which is the one that is not as color fast, the Sugar and Cream, the yarn has a different feel. It's a little bit coarser, and you will see if you look at product reviews, and incidentally, they're about the same price, you will see people say, I don't like it because the yarn separates a bit. I'm going to try to show you here. Well, let me show you on the tail. So in other words, you're stitching along, but the fibers kind of open up like this. So you end up with kind of an ugly spot. So a good way, I'm going to teach you a little secret, to minimize the fiber separation is to pop your yarn in the freezer overnight. Why that works, I'm not really sure, but I read it on a Helpful Hints many years ago, and I have been chilling or freezing my yarn overnight ever since. I remember back in the day when we wore pantyhose, you were also supposed to freeze your pantyhose overnight to strengthen those nylon fibers. So I'm sure it has some sort of effect on the fibers, but I do find that I don't have as much separation of the yarn fibers when I do that. Okay, we're approaching the end here. So this is our last stitch. And again, if this one gets big, you can just pull your tail up because you're not woven in and knotted yet. Now, this is what you will have at the end. And I do have one little bit of separation here, but that will be taken care of when we do the next row. So go ahead and turn your work, and then for this row, what you're going to do is alternate between, and you're going to do it in the very first stitch, a half double crochet, then a single crochet. So for those of you in the UK, I know US terminology is a little bit different. So for purposes of this, a half double crochet is yarn over, go through both loops of the previous single crochet, draw up a yarn, so you're going to have 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull all 3 off at once. Single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. So you can see this works up very quickly and is a very easy project to do. And I think if you're making these for gifts, this makes a lovely, hostess gift or stocking stuffer or Christmas gift. And it's something you can do, in the evening while you watch television. And once you make a couple of these, you don't have to think about it quite as much. They just roll off your hook. So let me get to the end of this row, and then I will show you what we do next. I've actually made so many of these, I'm not sure where I got the original pattern from. I know that when I looked, if you get too big of a loop, just pull that stitch out. When I was looking for a pattern originally, and I have quite a few crochet books, I looked for an exfoliating washcloth. A lot of those were the basket weave, where you have 3 to 4 stitches in a row that are raised, and it looks exactly like the weave of a basket. Those are great for dishcloths, and they make fine body washing cloths as well, but my honest preference is this stitch for washing my face. I don't care for the basket weave as much. However, I do like the basket weave for a dishcloth. And y'all now don't tell, but my mom is in need of some new dishcloths, so that's going to be part of her birthday present. So drop me a comment below if you would like me to do another video to show you how to make a basket weave dishcloth. Okay, so we've come to the end of the row. Nice pretty pattern here. We're going to turn, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do what we did on the very first row. We're just going to single crochet all the way across. So each row alternates back and forth between the single crochet all the way across and the half double crochet, single crochet alternating. Each row has a chain 1 after you turn, so that your cloth has a nice even edge. It's hard to tell because it's very small here. So super, super simple. Let me just finish out this one here, and I'm going to show you what a completed face cloth looks like. And you could certainly use these for dishcloths as well. I like the basket weave dishcloth really well because it has more scrubbiness to it, so it makes a good cloth for getting food and such off of dishes. The problem, sorry, that I find with these is because the holes are bigger, food has a tendency to get caught in it, and that's not very pleasant. If you don't get all the food rinsed out, then your dishcloth sours super quickly. So for that reason, I do like the basket weave much better. So it looked like, based on comments, that by far and large we had a lot of grandmas teaching us to crochet, which, you know, that's just such a blessing. All of the things that our grandparents do pass to us, and hopefully we will continue to pass on, because many of these simple skills, which are very useful, have been lost in today's world. Okay, so we're coming to the end of row 4. Put the last stitch in. If y'all see me struggling, I decided to cut all my fingernails off because they were annoying me. So I'm feeling a little funny today. Okay, so there we have our initial chaining, our single crochet, our alternating half double crochet, and then again another single crochet row. So we would just continue to alternate until you have a square. So this is that beautiful, started to say cotton candy, not cotton candy, candy corn color. And you want to have it so that it is pretty much square. So you're going to do 26 to 27 rows. I do like to finish off with the single crochet all the way across. Weave in your ends. So here's a little tip on weaving in ends. Even if you pull it through and make a knot, it's very difficult for something that stretches for that thread not to come out. But if you weave it in 3 different directions, it's almost impossible for it to come out. So go down, maybe go across, maybe go diagonal, or go down and then back up again. So weaving it in 3 or 4 different directions will stop that unraveling. So there you have it. Here's what the ones that will be for sale on the live will look like, packaged nicely with washing instructions. This is a cream color with just a few dots of color. So let me kind of clean this up here, and I will be back for some final thoughts. I want to thank all of you who are praying for my mom and for this situation. And I want to apologize as well. I did not realize how tired I sounded and how fatigued I looked on the video where I was sharing some basic information about what was going on and why my videos may get a little out of sync, or I may have to miss a day here and there. So just to share a little bit more, I couldn't go into it that particular day because I was too stressed out. The latest incident with my mom was, I call my mom every day before the caregiver arrives. I talk to her from 7 to 8 a.m. to make sure she's up, that she has her security system off, that she's had her coffee, you know, that she's waiting on the caregiver and doesn't doze back off, and that can be a whole nother problem. And Mom had said to me, hey, I stubbed my toe and I got a couple drops of blood on the carpet. Do I have any carpet cleaner? So my mom no longer cleans house. It's myself and the caregiver. And I had just been there the day prior, and I said, well, yeah, Mom, here's where it is. Well, while we happened to be talking, the caregiver texted me to let me know there was a traffic jam on the route that she travels and that she would be a few minutes late. So I said to her, hey, Mom got a couple drops of blood on the carpet. Can you assist her by cleaning it up? Here's where the carpet cleaner is. Let me know if that's outside, you know, what you're able to do on your job description, because I really wasn't sure, and I'll take care of it the next time I'm over. So a few minutes later, when the caregiver arrived, she texted me, can you call me immediately? And I was like, oh dear me, now what? Because my mom gets herself into some predicaments. And she said, Kym, there is blood everywhere, all over the floors, all over the carpet. Mom wouldn't let her look at her toe. So, as usual, drop everything, drive 40 minutes one way, you know, kind of in a panic. And I want to tell you guys, not because I want to just be disrespectful about my mom, but just to give you an idea of sometimes what you have to navigate when folks have dementia. It literally looked like a homicide had occurred in the house. So my mom has ceramic tile kitchen floor, and she was totally unaware that she had torn off her big toenail, and it was really just hanging by like a very small piece. It's still hanging by a small piece until the podiatrist appointment next week. And it had been bleeding. She's supposed to wear those sticky bottom footies so that she doesn't slip and fall. She doesn't always do what she's supposed to do. So she didn't have a sock on, and she literally paced the floor back and forth getting her coffee. She goes back to bed, has the coffee, talks on the phone. She had blood everywhere, and I don't mean a little bit of blood, guys. I mean a ton of blood. So thankfully, I tossed in my faithful, ever faithful spot carpet cleaner you've all seen me using, thinking, well, okay, how bad can it really be? Guys, it was really bad. And it let me know that mom's safety awareness is such that she wouldn't even know if she was really getting into trouble with her health. So that's kind of the latest. And I didn't mean to be mysterious or dramatic, but it's very difficult to see your mother just totally be losing all of her faculties. I don't want to start crying. So probably going to need to look for a change in her living arrangements. And y'all know mom doesn't like to come here, and I really, with a 2-story house, I don't have a good setup for it, but I do think she needs round the clock oversight and assistance, which would be an assisted living. So as I navigate that process without violating my mom's privacy, but I know a lot of us are adult children and finding ourselves in the position of caring for aging parents. You know, if I can share some of that journey with you, it might help someone else, I am definitely more than glad to do it. Okay, enough sadness. So just share with you a final shot. So here is our bath poof we made, and it will be in, at the very end, there's a playlist that I usually link. I'll link the craft playlist. You can go back and look how to make it if you missed that one, with our matching face cloth. So what a lovely gift. I think anyone would be delighted to get. So I'm struggling to get my videos up timely. I have so many ideas, guys. There's so many things I want to do. I have a big long list. I think the next thing I'm going to do is something that was requested. Not sure what order they'll go up, but I'm going to try to get another video done yet today, even though it's been a very, very busy day. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. Let me know you're enjoying the content. Drop me a comment below and let me know if you're enjoying somewhat of the craft series, or if there's anything that you would like to see in the realm of crafts, because laughingly I always say I've never met a craft I don't like. I do have quite a bit of work yet to get ready for the live. Don't forget, September 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern, live with Kym and Jasper. We will have lots of wonderful products, and also some makeup from Miss Jasper that is just totally amazing. And I don't have her lip color on today because I'm running low and I don't want to keep purchasing up all of what she's made for the live sales. So I'm gonna have to use my less than favorite in the interim. So as always, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and I'll see y'all real soon. Take care.